Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Phil and I'm making this video for anybody that might need to just hear my voice or just have somebody kind of talk to them and give them reassurance, give them advice on anything that they're going through. I'm going to cover a couple different things today. Balance is one of the main things, and motivation, making and breaking habits, or mainly just making habits. But we're going to go off into some other stuff. I actually just recorded a pretty lengthy version of this video, but my camera didn't save it. So this one's going to be kind of a rehash on the things I just talked about. But you know what? Usually once you're in that flow state, which I feel like I am in right now, you can usually get a lot of emotions out and you can be a little bit more concise and a little bit of a better speaker, honestly. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Basically, I'm outside of the GameStop right now because I was here to pick up a video game and the GameStop didn't open yet. So I basically just had to wait here, and I figured instead of journaling, instead of doing the things that like I could just be wasting my time on, like going on my phone, I figured I might as well make this video. I've been meaning to make this video for a while, but I just haven't been able to find the time. Life's just been crazy, just beating me up, but of course there's always a way. And today just felt different. The past couple of days I felt like I wasn't in the right mental place to make a video, but today I got up early, and though my priorities aren't necessarily straight, like I'm outside of a GameStop at like 11 o'clock, but you know, I got up a little bit early and I had that time and that space. So I figured I might as well utilize it and take advantage of it. Now, I'm doing the hard work when I kind of feel like it, but still not necessarily. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to just get straight into it. What we're going to talk about is balance. And people have been asking me, Phil, how do you find the balance? Or keep up specific habits? They kind of like go hand in hand. And the thing that I realized is balance is just whatever you can handle. It doesn't mean the maximum thing you can handle. This is what balance is. That's not what it is. Balance is just whatever you feel like you are doing in your normal life that you can handle. Now, maybe right now, let's just say you don't do anything. Let's just say even if you're like in high school or something, you get up, you go to school, you come home, do homework. Let's say you don't do any sports, like you just go to sleep or you play video games and then you get back up, kind of like I did. You might feel like that's all you can handle. The truth is, you can handle a lot more. One of the things I realized when I started wrestling when I was a senior in high school, I'm a senior in college now, is that, wow, my endurance is actually like, physically and mentally a lot more than I thought. Like I can handle a lot more. And that's the thing. People always feel overwhelmed before they even try the things that they want to do. I would just say, you got to start somewhere. You just got to do it and then see if you can handle it. And a lot of the times you'll be surprised that you can handle it. The stuff I'm talking to you about now, I didn't even talk about any of this stuff in the first draft of this video. This is kind of just coming to me now. You can always handle more because your mind is limitless. So whatever you feel like you can handle is not necessarily true. It's just whatever you physically can do. And the way you see this is like when you don't really have a choice. My money has been really low, so I've had to work extra hours while going to school and, doing jujitsu and doing, working out, trying to like, of course, have a social life, dealing with relationships and dealing with everything that comes with life. When you don't really have a choice and you have to do things, you have to be active, you have to do a certain set of things, you realize that you can handle a lot more than you thought. And every time I think I've reached my limit, I always get pushed more. And I'm grateful for that, because it's shown me how much strength that I have. Not to like scare you away from challenges or make it seem like, oh my God, like I don't want you to be overwhelmed and thinking you already have all this on your plate and now there's some guy on YouTube telling you that you need to like put more on your plate. You don't need to put more on your plate. All you need to do is like do what you want. This is going to get into motivation now. To feel motivation, or just to feel motivated in general, you have to do the things you want to do. Otherwise, you will not feel motivated. You will not want to do them. It just comes down to something as simple as that. Now, of course, the first time you do something, the first week you go to the gym at 7 a.m., the first day you start jujitsu, the first, excuse me, the first song you write, the first 10 songs you write, it's not going to be comfortable, but sooner or later you're going to find a process that works. For me with music, it was just downloading the beat the second I hear it, making like a little humming melody, and then just kind of doing it, kind of like winging it from there. When it comes to lifting weights, like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. was like the time I would head to the gym, and that kind of just worked for me back when I was lifting like crazy. So it's all about like what makes you feel good. After a while, my body felt good. Personally, I'm not like much of a really early morning workout guy because my body doesn't like feel good. I mean, it does, but like towards the end of the night I crash and everything. My body doesn't feel good at that time compared to when I go at like 12 to 2. Let's just say I just feel so much more like refreshed. And you're gonna find whatever works for you, you know? So how do you feel motivated? I don't even think about motivation. Like when I'm depressed, it's because I know I have to do the things I don't want to do. And like when I'm motivated, it's because I'm gonna do the things that I want to do. So how do you feel motivation? You have to learn to love what you're doing. And if what you're doing is something you're choosing, such as a meal plan that is going to make your diet better, like, and make your body better, finally get rid of like that stomach ache, or let's just say going to the gym and working on your traps, and that way you're going to get rid of all the knots in your back. Like, that's going to make you feel good. It's going to literally be making you healthy. So you have to find a way to love that, and you will find a way to love that if you keep doing it. Right now, in the beginning, I'm going to assume you're at the beginning. Right now is where you have to just stick with it. Not necessarily the same plan. Switch up the plan. Work out in the morning, work out in the afternoon, at night, in the middle of the night, until you find something that works for you. This could be applied to anything. Working out. This could be applied to making art, music, something kind of like I do. I'm just thinking of ways that I can apply this to myself. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. You can apply this to you. You know, there is no such thing as balance. It's really whatever makes you happy. And doing stuff for self-improvement should make you happy. You should want to do things that make you feel good, that make your body good, that make you better as a person. And a lot of the times I notice that people, they lose motivation, or they give up on habits and they go back to their old habits. Like, they give up on the good ones because of the shit that people say to them. Like it's okay maybe the first time or the first 2 times you go to the gym, if like your friends like make fun of you because you used to like all chill after school or after whatever, and now you're going to work out, or you're like spending time meditating, you're starting like like a meditation kind of thing, or a journaling session, or just a time for you to be by yourself when you come home and you usually have that time to chill with your friends. Of course they're gonna like hate on you. Of course they're gonna say like all this stuff to you. And it's because you're a constant reminder of their failure. Not saying that you're a success for starting going to the gym. Not saying you're a success because you're like on day 2 of these habits, let's just say, or even on day 30, or even on day 100. But you're doing something about your life, about the circumstances of it. You're making it better for yourself in some way, and they're not. So whenever anybody tells you anything like that, like, oh, like they're making fun of you, or they're just like trying to get you to stop, you're doing something right when they say things like that to you. Whenever you have a strong emotional reaction to something is when people react, and they have to. A lot of the times I noticed when I tried to shift my paradigm, and by shifting paradigms, I'm just going to go back real quick. It just means practicing being the person that you want to be, and like taking every breath and every little micro movement as the person that you're trying to be. When you start doing that, people are going to have a reaction, even when you don't, and they're going to bring attention to you, even when you don't want attention on you. That's how you know you're doing something right. The other day, I got super mad when I was at jiu-jitsu, and like, I'm really known as like the nice guy there, and I don't really like give anybody a hard time or anything. And I wasn't giving anybody a hard time. I just was going through a lot of crap that day, and I just felt like I needed to chill. I just felt like I needed to like leave. I was like, you know what, screw this, like I'm out of here. And like obviously I was visibly upset, and people started like paying attention. You know, people started being like, oh, are you okay? Do you need to talk about it? And it's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just, you know, I'm a person that's going through anger right now, and that's okay. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to express your anger. It's not okay to throw a temper tantrum, but it's okay to express your anger. So it's okay to feel that and let people see it. Don't be afraid to let people, this is another thing. Don't be afraid to let people see you angry. Don't be afraid to let people see you happy. A lot of the times, like, we're at work, let's just say, and we'll feel overwhelming joy. And usually one of the first times we express it, our boss will be like, oh, why don't you go clean this? Or why don't you go get back to work? Or whatever you're doing. This all started really when we were at school. How many times were you laughing with your friends when you were in like 4th grade and the teacher kind of came over to you and essentially just said, stop having a good time, stop being happy? We carry that into our adult lives. Isn't that sad? That we live in like a world where there's people around us that try to drain your energy, even when it's none of their business. Where people feel like they have some kind of a superiority over you, which in certain cases they might, physically and in terms of like sociological status, you know, like the boss to the employee relationship. But yeah, it's all about like your energy and the way that you come across. When you have an extremely strong emotional response, people are going to have a reaction to that, whether it's happy, sad, excuse me, still getting over this cold, angry, whether it's pure fear. People are going to react when they see a strong emotion being expressed by you. Even if it's not like an overwhelming emotion, but if they see that you're doing something such as, you're like, oh yeah, I can't hang out today, I'm going to the gym. Or, sorry mom and dad, I can't be home for dinner tonight. or I can't come visit you this weekend like I always do because I'm going to be in the studio, or I'm going to be in the freaking boxing gym learning how to box because I want to be a boxer. And then they're like, what? You know, even if you're super calm and chill when you say that, you just saying that you're doing something that's changing your habits, that's an emotional like reaction, because they know that you had to have somewhere change something about you. And when people, especially people that want to break you down and want to make you as like pathetic as they are, when they see that you're changing yourself in any way for the better, they're going to do whatever it takes to bring you down. They're going to bring you down. They want as least resistance as possible. But then if you think about it, of course, you can't necessarily like just bring it up straight to their face, because then they'll be like, oh no, I want you to succeed in this and that. But if you just think about it, you're like, wait a minute, this is a situation that has nothing to do with my best friend. This is a situation that has nothing to do with my cousin. Why are they trying to bring me down? It's because you're a constant reminder of their failure. They see you and they see somebody that is like here in the pecking order, and their pecking order is is in a line, and it's so fragile that anything that you do is going to that disrupts it is going to cause them inner turmoil. Excuse me. It's getting real out here. Anything you do can cause them inner turmoil. And this is where people don't understand how strong they actually are. You might think that you're nothing. You're stronger than you could possibly ever imagine. Just because other people see you as here, it doesn't mean that you're here. You could be wherever you want. You could do anything that you want. You have all of the power in the world. All that you need to do is just start the process of making habits that are going to make you better and that are making you happy. And by that, I mean making you feel good day to day. That's how you find the motivation to do these things. There is no such thing as laziness. Laziness doesn't exist. I mean, if you know that the things you're doing are bad for you, you still choose not to do them because you don't want to be a better person, or you feel like you don't need to be a better person. Like, fair enough. Like, I'll call you lazy, I guess. Laziness doesn't exist, though. In my mind, the only thing that exists is depression and happiness. Depression and happiness. That's really what it comes down to. Do the things that make you happy. Good habits make you happy. You have to find a way to make you happy. And that's not necessarily like, oh, like you could say, oh, but Phil, you're brainwashing yourself. And it's like, no, you're really not. Like, essentially you are, but like, wouldn't you want to enjoy the things that make you happy, such as like eating good food? But then you could be like, oh, but Phil, I hate broccoli. Like, I hate broccoli. Like, how could I eat broccoli, but I know it's going to make me better? It's like, okay, so don't eat broccoli. Replace it. Like, eat cauliflower instead. Like, I'm trying to think. Yeah, just put like some seasoning on it, you know? Like, bro, make it yours. Like, this is your journey. This is your diet. This is you. Make it yours. Make everything yours. Make it to where you're happy. To make it to where you want to get up and eat that food. You know? That's how you get motivated. I'm just remembering now, one of the things I talked about in my last draft of this video is that the thing that that can make you enjoy these things. Even, let's just say you have to eat that broccoli that you don't like. The thing is, you're going to be a stronger man. You're going to be a stronger woman. You're going to be providing value. The number one thing that I've noticed that has given me joy is when I know I have provided value. Or when I feel like I can provide value for somebody else. That is the main thing. A lot of the times guys, like, let's just say they're gonna go up to a girl and talk to a girl, they're always thinking, oh, what is it gonna be like when I have such like a beautiful hot girlfriend? But like they think, oh, you know, I'm gonna be like all the way up here with her and like she's gonna like bring me up or whatever. Like, everybody thinks about what can other people do for them, not what can I do for that girl. How can I make her life better? Or how can I make his life better? How can I make my family's life better? How can I make my friends better? The way you can make people better is by first making yourself better. Make yourself good, and then provide value. Providing value is what is going to bring you the joy. So of course, when you're working on yourself, for yourself, it's not going to feel as good, especially in the beginning. But then you have to think about it deeper. And this is another thing that's really going to give you that motivation. Think about the people you love. Think about like your friends, your family. It may seem like they don't care about you, but everybody's relying on you to be the strongest that you can be. Everybody's relying on you to be, you know, your best self. And a lot of the times there's resistance. Like, people might not like your best self because they'll feel insecure about themselves. And if they really get to that point, then you can say, yeah, they don't love me. But the thing is, when you keep pushing an energy so strong that it keeps bothering them so much, they're either going to follow you and fight their demons along with you, or they're going to submit. They're going to admit that you're good and like you're better than them for fighting your demons when they're not, and they're going to accept, okay, I can't do what he's doing right now. And guess what? That works in your favor. Now other people are seeing the paradigm shift with you. Either those two or the third one. They're going to leave your life. They're going to just find their way out of it. Like, or at least in a much lesser way. Doesn't matter who it is. But if they're really like toxic for you, they're going to see themselves out. It's just going to happen over time, naturally. It's the way that things work. Don't ever let anybody tell you what you should and should not do, what you can and cannot do. You can do whatever you set your mind to. Your purpose is to provide value for others. And anybody who tries to make you a version of yourself that can't provide value is insecure. You got this. Now you know where to get the motivation from. Where to pull it. Where to pull it from. Dig deep within you. Start meditating, and honestly, instead of going on your phone or watching TV, just stare at your wall and have a journal. But before you journal, start writing stuff down. I mean, not writing stuff down. Start like thinking of something, and before you write it down, just try to implement it for a couple of seconds. Like, I'll be thinking in my head, oh, that's the secret. I have to just start acting like the version of myself that I want to be. Okay, let me write that down. Stop. Instead of writing that down, just take your own advice for a couple of seconds first. Practice it and see if it actually works, and then write it down. So I just gave a whole bunch of stuff that you have to process. If you watch this far, leave a comment. Of course, like and subscribe if you want to continue. watching this kind of stuff, and if you want to see it. But leave a comment letting me know your thoughts on, just life. How are things going? What are you thinking as I'm saying all this stuff? I want you to utilize my energy and utilize this message at any time that you need to hear it, at any time that you think it's going to be of value for you. You could listen to this multiple times. You could listen to this in the car when you're having a bad day, when you're having a good day. You can listen to this at any time, when you just need to be reminded, when you don't need to be reminded. Utilize my energy. Like, I'm putting it all out there for you, so yeah, utilize it. I'm grateful for you if you watched this far. Really, thank you for listening to me. I hope that I was able to articulate the things that are in my mind and in my heart in a way that you can understand and really take some value from, and really just feel something from. If you like this video, I'm gonna keep making more, and I'm just enjoying the process right now of talking to you guys and doing this kind of online journal. Not only does it help you, I'm providing some value to you, but you guys are providing value to me. And even if not a single person watches this video, I still feel like I provided value to myself by getting this out there. So yeah, hopefully this is some good perspective for you guys. I thank you for watching again, and enjoy your day. I don't have an outro set, so goodbye.